I think street art actually changes culture because it makes people think, it stops them, it makes them reassess what's important, it challenges the environment around them. That's what's important.
It's absolutely great to be photographing all the street art which I've been doing, and just to watch the performance. I really love it. I think it gives a nice element.
It has a huge impact on me actually, because this is something we have different from every other species. If we find aliens, for example, there will be, I don't think they'll have music or art or paintings. So this is something we have in our consciousness, and this is what makes us different from all the other species.
Life is hard, you know, everyone goes through awful things and hard things, and you know, so for a moment to kind of like elevate your thoughts above that, and I don't know, give people hope, help them express emotions that they don't know how to express necessarily themselves. So yeah, I think it has a massive, really important role in a kind of society. I don't know what I would do without it anyway. It's pretty rubbish.
But 12 years ago I made a conscious decision and I brought the magic and laughter to the streets. Now this is a crazy way to make a living, I admit that.
Funny enough, this is my job and this is how I make a living! And no one thinks that's funny, except for me.
I get together about 100 people together and send them back out into London with a smile on their face. I don't think that's bad.
Impact on them enough to make them stop, ask a question or two, know themselves possibly, and to walk away feeling a little bit like calm. I said I made about £4 in about 2 hours. Who be the beggar and what the beggar be? I walk within my own authority. There are no bodies that stand over me, so who be the beggar and what the beggar be? I sit in peace, love, light and simplicity. There are no victims caused as a consequence of me. And there appears to be yous stealing photographs of me. So, who be the beggar and what the beggar be? Because really, I don't need your 20p. The universe takes care of me, and it's I that offered the gift today. But the present is subtle. I'm not sure you see, but who be the beggar and what might it be? It's the bane of the street performer. Like people, photographs, record the music, all that, you know. You just wouldn't dream of like making the exchange. And then they walk over there and spend like 20 quid on a fucking daft jumper.
I'm gonna do a grand finale. I'm gonna jump over those 3 people. Just one security for that, please. Don't move, okay? Because if you move, you die. So far you enjoying my show?
They'll treat you as a lower status people because they're just in the street.
My God, there's less people than when I started. That's a good thing, isn't it? We're sieving out the stupid people and we're only keeping the intelligent ones.
Thank you. And please, treat me in a little better way.
You get tough, you build a thick skin. I've seen it many years to me and other performers, and you just get a thicker skin. Yeah, you just have to, it's horrible. It's never nice, it's never nice.
there's another resident down there.
A lady?
No, it's a guy, and he says, it's a residential area. And I'm like, I mean, there are people that live in central London, but I wouldn't necessarily describe Trafalgar Square as a residential area.
I mean, I wish I could afford to live here. I wouldn't complain about the
No,
noise.
absolutely not. It's I mean, great.
Because, I mean, you've got cars bibbing, you've got fire engines, ambulances, police cars all day long. We get drowned out in the south.
I used to do a routine with a rubber fish, little fish in a fish bowl, a fake one, and a guy walked through, he looked like a punk or anarchist sort of guy, and he reached in and he had gold teeth and he swallowed it and then walked through, ate it and then walked off. It was hilarious. Confrontational people try to, you know, muck up or mess up what you do. You have to go with it. I think on the street, I think the audience really like that. They see you're on your toes and they see you're performing for them at that moment.
Can you see what I mean? Look at them. What are you laughing at? What are you laughing at? Yo!
Need time to break. You're walking up my heart. I'm taking all my love. It takes.
Yeah.
Yo,
all of you.
Here's
me hat.
I'm not.
Otherwise, you'll leave your pictures.
I'm not too late.
As the people go wandering by, I make up a story. Do you know why? Because I like to let the creative principle out to play each and every day. Appears in spoken word form. Tells people they don't have to stay attached to the norm.
I guess it's really important because it's sort of like you can have art in galleries and museums and all that, but art has to interact with people. If it doesn't do it, it's sort of pointless. So I guess street art has like a really big impact on that side.
Okay, so guys, here we go. Nice and quick, nice and tight. From here to here, go. One under, one over every time. You go that way, you go that way. Cross the chain, bring the chain. Oh, you got the right idea. Go, go, go. Yep, you got it. Okay. Oh, bloody hell. Okay. Oh, Jesus. Okay, all of a sudden, David, you are taking this way too bloody seriously, man. Go, one under, one over each time. Yep, you got it. Okay. Oh my God. I just got to say, you guys look like the weirdest boy band.
I had a lady come up with her autistic daughter, and she said that was the first time in 7 years that she sat still for 45 minutes and watched one single thing.
This girl comes up to me, no, Saturday afternoon, proper heaving here, people everywhere. And she says to me, I'd like to write a poem for you. I went, yeah, cool. Like. She said, I want to write one of yours, but I want to write it with my feet. I went, amazing, yeah. So she kicks her shoes off, gets one of these pieces of chalk in the toes. I've got the photographs and that, like, it's amazing, man, some of the stuff. But she says, what will I write? So I said, I'll tell you what, right. I love the life, so the life loves me. That's how simple it really be. And she was writing it. And all this was like watching her write it and seeing it with no legs, no arms, sorry. Sitting on the floor with me, writing, I love the life, so the life loves me. And I'm sure I've got people asking questions about whether they really loved their life and what they really thought their life was. Which is full power stuff. It is full power stuff.
I've been getting quite a few homeless people give me money actually. It's really strange. I don't know. Which is really, it's like, can you imagine having like just a small amount of money and then deciding to put it into someone's... I made a few people cry, I suppose, but that's to be expected. Like, you know, like cello, it's such a sad instrument anyway. So again, like sometimes like the music, I suppose, can help other people express their emotions or something. I don't know, but yeah. So just crying, you know, which when you play cello is a massive compliment, I think.
I think art doesn't need money or fame or equipments or anything like that. Like art comes from your self and your own creativity, and if you can perform your art in the street and like you can paint things and you can make the world beautiful, I think that's the most soulful and amazing thing ever.
Cool, it's a beautiful thing. It's needed, you know, it's a self-expression tool.
Here's a story about somebody that you may think you know. It could be him, it could be her. The creative principle doesn't really care. It just wants to create, love or hate, without debate. But that's the end. Let's get to the start and find out what broke this young boy's heart. See, Mummy's here, she disappeared, which introduced the big bad fear. Then the fear and sorrow pile on and on, until this young boy, he could just not go on. He had to find a place to hide, and so he occupied his mind. To those his pictures of war and anger, not knowing what was to soon come after. But the army life was not for him. It just left him with sick, dribbling down his chin. But then a dancer appears one day in the park, a dancer of shadows and old Chinese art. He taught him Tai Chi and to follow the breath and to watch for the cycles of what was to come next. So he follows, he listens, he learns all the way. The breath is the horse that he tames on that day, when all of his fears, he melted away. You see, the breath is the bridge and the link to your mind, and if either of them is watched, it will slowly subside. In stillness and silence, we see the result is the same. We see the life that we cling to. It is only a game. But who made the rules up? Who chose the sides? What was it that created the human divide?